If you want to take your analysis one step forward, you can compare your numerical model runs to the recovery factor analysis feature. So what I've done now is just to take the EURs, which you can get from just looking at the QM plot right here, and comparing those to the original oil in place numbers that you see right there, and I've populated that into this column to the right here for oil and gas primarily. And then if I go to my recovery factor analysis feature, which is linked to the multi-phase flowing material balance, I can then use that feature to estimate some recovery factor of each phase. What you see that I've done here is to forecast a OGR versus PWF trend and a WGR versus bottom hole pressure trend. And the same goes for the bottom hole pressure that I've forecasted the bottom hole pressure. And with that information, I'm forecasting the ratios needed to estimate ultimate recoveries. And these numbers I can change a little bit up and down, for instance, on both oil and gas, trying to match my data as best as I can. And if I click calculate, I'll estimate some recovery factors. And if I make these points higher versus lower, for instance, that is moving these numbers up and down. And if I want to, for instance, focus on a part of my plot, I can do that like this, maybe even more. And I'll try to go ahead here and add some points so you see how that's done. And here you can at least see kind of the trend there. And then water is fine for now. Then I'll go ahead and run this estimate, for instance. And my ultimate goal is to compare these numbers that I get output here, recovery factor numbers and in-place numbers, to what I get from my numerical model. And you would like those to be consistent. So the original oil in place is 753, then you get something that's 565, and then you get a recovery factor of 20.5, and then a gas recovery factor of 45.8. And if you then want to calculate your EURs, that will be this guy multiplied by this guy divided by 100. Then you do the same for your original gas in place. As you see here, these numbers are very, very different, and slight differences should be expected, as one of them, you forecast based on well perms and a numerical model, and in this case, you're just assuming some forecasted ratios based on these OGR and WR trends. So it's two different ways to do the analysis, but the closer these numbers are, the more consistent that analysis is.